win totals, Luke, NL East only. As far as wins over under, the Braves 93.5 at -120. Over under.
Over. I like the Braves at 100 plus. Like they're getting Strider back, they're getting Acuna back, and they have so many candidates for a bounce back year. They got better this offseason. Last year was a fluke season for the Braves.
And it still wasn't that bad, by the way.
No, and I if it's not the Dodgers, if there was somehow a collapse for the Dodgers and it was somehow this dream team that just collapses, I wouldn't be surprised if we found ourselves in like a Phillies Braves NLCS. I think the Braves have a chance to win the World Series. I think the Braves are going to be nasty again this year.
Jansen, you agree over?
Oh, 100%. I think Luke's right. They're close to a 100-win team. They're going to be my pick to win the National League. They might be my pick to win the World Series when it's all said and done. But that team has so many bounce back spots, so many players that are still like the best years of their career are still ahead of them. They're going to get a healthy Ronald Acuna Jr. back at some point. That team is just built and loaded, and every year they even get better. There's probably a player we don't know yet that's going to come up to play that's going to be very good. The Braves are just it. They're that team, and last year it completely fell apart. Like everything that could go wrong for the Braves went wrong, and they still were actually pretty darn good. So I think they're a great team. They probably get to 100 wins, or at least very close.
New York Mets 90.5. Back to you, Jansen. Over under.
I'm going to say under for now. Yeah, I'm going to say under for now. I mean, obviously the Soto thing's huge, and I do think they're on a bit of an upward trajectory, which I didn't think was the case with Cone before because they just seemed like they missed on every single signing. But it's all starting to come together a little bit, and I think their pitching's going to be okay. They got a decent enough lineup. I just don't know if it's that good that they can repeat some of the things they did last year, especially being how good they were down the stretch and getting to a World Series and all. I know, yeah. Where did they get an NLCS World Series? They made it to a bunch of places that I didn't expect. I just don't know if that's repeatable for them, even with the offseason that they had.
I'm all over the Mets under. Big time all over the under. I think the front half of their lineup's good. I think the back half isn't. I think their rotation got worse. I think they're trying out as their fourth starter, a guy who hasn't started in 5 or 6 years in Clay Holmes. I don't think the bullpen's amazing. I also think they're going to get caught into this cycle where I think they're going to go into next season and they think it's all going to be roses and OMG signs. And I think they're going to be in for a bit of an awakening. Because I think they're the third best in the National League. I think the Phillies are better than them. I think the Braves are better than them.
Phillies 91.5 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Just to let everybody know, last year Phillies won 95 games. Of course, Mets fell just under the 90 total at 89, and Braves as well. Will the Phillies go over 91.5, Luke?
Yes, by a half of a game.
Ooh,
I made my prediction the other day at 92 wins. I think the Phillies rotation got way better. I think their bullpen got a little worse. I think it's going to be a year that they're going to go in and I genuinely think they're just going to be really pissed off. I think they're going to be really angry about how last year ended. I still think they're a very good baseball team. Please don't let Phillies Twitter warriors tell you they're not. They're still a very good baseball team, and I think they're going to show that this year.
Jansen?
Yeah, the rotation is what I would like long term, and I think that's one thing that's going to carry them. I see way too many guys in this lineup that like their best years are way behind them or starting to become behind them. I don't like that. I think this lineup kind of needed something else. It needed a little bit different, like interject something into it. And all they did was get like Max Kepler, which isn't good enough. I think to me at best, they're like an 88-win team, like wild card team. If they get into the postseason, that starting rotation can maybe bring them places. And the fact that they do have some really great hitters like Bryce Harper still that can take them places, but a little bit of a downgrade in bullpen, which I'm afraid bullpen might regress even more than I'm thinking right now. And then the lineup, I just don't see many guys having like career years or great years. I just think this team's good, but I think the cap on it to me is like an 88-win team.
All right, and then let's talk about the basement. Let's go with the Miami Marlins, who last year ended up winning 62 games. I think they're at 63 this year. Will they improve? Will they improve this year, Luke?
They have a chance to be one of the worst teams of all time. They traded just about everybody they possibly could. I will say this, and I will go on the record right now: the 2028 Marlins might be really good. They have so many good prospects now. Just they're under everything. Right. I don't even know if they break 60.
Jansen 72.5 for the Washington Nationals. Last year, the Nats won 71 games. Will they improve this year?
Is the Marlins hitter, by the way, Luke, like best one, maybe Connor Norby? Are we really talking like that?
Yeah.
Are they that bad of a line? Not to say Norby's bad. Norby's like played great in Baltimore, but that's what we're talking about?
It's bad. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, no.
And there's going to be multiple occasions where we go to Miami, we lose 2 or 3.
I know.
But it's they if you go down and look at this projected lineup,
I had to go back to that because it is striking how bad that lineup is.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah,
Nationals for me are over.
You going over though?
I'm going over. I think the Nationals. I don't think they're going to be close to a playoff team, but I think the Nationals have a chance to be that young, fun team this year that we say, hey, maybe next year, maybe they have a chance to sneak their way into a wild card round.
All right,
for 2026. I think we're talking about a 74 to 77 win Nationals team. I think they have a chance to be fun. They have really awesome young prospects in their lineup. CJ Abrams, who isn't really necessarily young anymore, but he's still a young talent. CJ Abrams, I'm really excited to watch Dylan Cruz. He's going to be awesome. I think they have a fun lineup. They obviously have the biggest Phillies killer maybe of all time now, and Josh Bell. He can just never escape seeing the Phillies 20 times a year. And I think Mackenzie Gore, I think, is going to have a really awesome year. He's a sick arm, and I only think he's going to get better. We will see him opening day. We will see this whole Nationals team on opening day. 37 days, March 27th at Nationals Park.
Right around the corner.
So
right
close.
Around the corner. Yep. All right, Luke, fantastic job. He's got a write-up over at crossingbroad.com. Make sure you follow him at Arcani Luke. Really easy to find there. John Jansen, J Jansen 34 on socials. Just don't text him. He won't reply back to you, but that's all right.